Hey guys, it's Lauren here. I wanted to do a quick tutorial on the arm balance crow pose, also known as bakasana. It's a super challenging pose. It's very different use of muscles, and it can be discouraging if you're not quite sure how to do it. And so I wanted to walk you through it, but just recognize that it's a journey. It's not about getting that final extension or that final pose. It's really about the journey of getting there and then working different muscles and exploring and building confidence. So remember that as you're doing it, if you can't get into the full expression, just remember it's a journey. Yoga is a journey, all right? So first, what's really important is, opening up your hips. So I wouldn't recommend just jumping into this. That's why we build into it, into our practice. But start with feet about hip width distance. If you want to do a couple of squats here just to warm up a little bit. The idea here is we're going to want to open up our hips. And if you go ahead and start to plant your hands on the mat about shoulder width distance, maybe a foot in front of your feet. Hips are high to start. So the idea here is we're going to be actually leaning into the pose versus coming from a low position to a high. You want to start high, spread your fingers wide, get that really nice grip onto the mat, and then begin to come high on the balls of your feet and begin to bend into your knees, creating a little shelf with your arms. So that those chaturanga arms that we work throughout the practice. Maybe walking your toes a little closer together, creating a greater shelf. If you can get your knees up towards your armpits, that's going to help create a little bit more space. And then from here, relax the shoulders, broaden through. Gaze is out in front. So relax the neck as you look forward, and then slowly just press a little bit more weight in towards the tops of your fingers. So just feel that as you work forward and back. You're kind of leaning into it at this point. And then if you want to try lifting one foot and then the other, see what that feels like. And then from here, really engaging through the core, engaging the pelvic floor as you squeeze those lower abdomen muscles. And from here, as you look forward, maybe lifting both feet off, press the mat away. I'm not going to get right into it right here because I want to show you also some modifications. So one tip is you could use a block and stand on it. Actually, if I had two blocks, that might be even easier. And that just helps get a little bit more space to get high up on your arms towards your shoulder blades, and that just helps kind of create a little space. You have some tight hips, so you could try that. One of the other tips is if you have some sort of pillow or blanket, placing that in front of you. Most people have this fear of falling forward, and you may not, but from what I've seen, most people actually do not fall forward. But if it provides a little confidence that if you do fall forward, you're going to land softly, you have that there. All right? Let me know if you have any other questions. I'm not an expert by any means, but play around with it. Like I said, it's more about the journey than the destination. All right? Namaste.